Hi, and welcome to the Balancing Act Local Edition. I'm Monto Williams. We're bringing you community stories and introducing you to businesses and influencers who are making a difference. So let's see who's making news right here in your neighborhood.
On this episode of The Balancing Act, help choosing the right auto insurance, care management services, spotlighting a few of the area's favorite eateries, plus lots more, today on The Balancing Act.
Up first, a story not to be missed.
Did you know that 1 out of 9 people driving on the roads today do not have auto insurance? Driving without auto insurance can have serious legal and financial consequences. Fortunately, using an experienced insurance agent can help you find a policy that best suits your needs.
We started Lincoln Insurance in 1955. We treat all of our customers fairly. We treat all of our employees fairly. Once in a while, somebody will go somewhere else. And many times, a customer that does this will come right back to us. If it wasn't good, they wouldn't come back.
Having been in business for over 67 years, the experts at Lincoln Insurance Agency know a thing or two about auto insurance.
My name is Erica Davalos-Liz. I am the first Latina and woman vice president here at Lincoln Insurance Agency. My job is to lead my team into having all the proper resources to be able to help each and every customer that calls in or walks into our office. Lincoln Insurance has 3 different types of coverages available to you, the customer. The mandatory liability insurance, which covers anyone that's involved in the accident that is not including yourself. We also have comprehension and collision. This is an insurance that will help bumper to bumper for unexpected situations like vandalism, theft, or natural disasters like a hailstorm. We also have uninsured motorists. This is a very important insurance, for it covers you if the person that is involved in the accident with you does not have enough to cover the expenses or is not carrying insurance themselves. It's very important, especially in the city of Chicago, to have automobile insurance. Currently, the Illinois Secretary of State has 1.8 million cars registered as of right now, only in Chicago. So you can imagine the risks that we take when we decide not to get insurance. There are many penalties for not having insurance. One of the main penalties is the fines that you will receive, which range from $500 to $1,500. We also look at the court costs, the attorney fees, the lost wages, and you're put in a category where you're considered to be a problem driver, which then requires you to be monitored from the Illinois Secretary of State for 3 full years. We'll make sure to let you know about all these different types of penalties, and we'll help you so that you are not put in this situation. We here at Lincoln Insurance Agency will submit the SR22 certificate for you, the customer, to make sure that the court sees that you're following the rules, you're a trusted driver, and we will make sure to remind you on a monthly basis when your payment is due so you do not lapse in coverage. This will prove to the Secretary of State that you are a trusted driver and not considered a problem driver anymore. Lincoln Insurance now offers pet insurance. Pet insurance is an insurance that will help you pay those unexpected situations that happen with our babies. Pets are family members, and sometimes things do happen, and we truly care about each and every pet.
It's important to thoroughly review and compare insurance policies from different providers to find the one that best fits your requirements and budget.
In Illinois, liability is required. Coverage should be sufficient to the assets that you own or the value of your estate. The factors that are considered in order to determine the premium is the driver's age, gender, marital status, type of car, what the car is used for, the coverage, and driving record. If your car is of a greater value, then you should definitely consider collision and comprehensive. If there is a lien holder or a finance company, then you will probably be required to have collision and comprehensive insurance. Here at Lincoln Insurance, there are discounts available. Safe driver discounts, good student, transfer from another insurance company, of course the renewal discount, multiple car discounts, and anti-theft discounts. Our company believes in excellent customer service. You could buy insurance from anywhere, but you won't receive the customer service that you will get from Lincoln Insurance Agency. established in 1955, and the customer service is the same now that it was then.
An agent's role doesn't stop after you've purchased the policy. They continue performing valuable day-to-day services.
We make sure that each and every customer service rep goes through an extensive learning program. Here they learn everything about the laws, the regulation, how to treat a customer, and the approach that they have to take with each and every customer. Compassion and empathy is a big thing here at Lincoln Insurance. We have bilingual speaking customer service reps that take the time and truly understand what they are explaining to that customer that may need a little extra understanding.
Lincoln Insurance Agency understands the importance of being part of this diverse community and the impact they can make while helping others.
Being the first woman and Latina vice president in 60 years here at Lincoln Insurance is a big privilege and honor. Lincoln Insurance Agency strives to be a diverse company. We believe in giving everyone an opportunity regardless of where you come from, who you are, and what you represent. It is because we are so united that we're able to give these opportunities just like I was given the opportunity due to me showing what I'm capable of doing and who I am. Lincoln Insurance is a family-owned company. We truly believe in helping and giving to the community. It is because of the community that we're able to continuously be open and service all the people that we have throughout the 67 years. To be able to hand out scholarships to college students is an amazing feeling. To be able to go out to career day and to help children in elementary schools by giving them the band instruments that they need to be able to participate in the neighborhood parades is an understatement of how we feel towards the community. It is because of the community that we are so grateful and we're so willing to give. We are the community here at Lincoln Insurance Agency.
If you're looking for more information about insurance options, visit their website at lincolnautoinsurance.com or see the segment again on thebalancingact.com.
We all know how important staying healthy is. Check out our next story.
Healthcare can be complicated, but with the right help, it doesn't have to be. Health management companies play a crucial role in supporting healthcare providers and patients in navigating the challenges of the healthcare industry. Let's visit with Dr. Perowit of Arkos Health to learn more.
Healthcare, when I look at it overall nationally, the system is broken. The way it's designed for providers and hospital groups, the incentives are malaligned. And so when we look at who's actually being adversely impacted, it's our patients. Part of that is wasteful spending, unnecessary services being provided, and a lot of that has to do with the patient's education. When we talk about benefits of a seamless healthcare system, everybody should have information that's a part of the patient's care team or health systems in that community that may serve that patient so they can better take care of the patients.
Patient-centered services and personalized programs contribute to the efficient and effective delivery of healthcare services.
Arkos Health comes in and fills those gaps in the system for the patients. We'll coordinate services, we'll coordinate the care, and we'll make sure that we're there to give them a holding hand when the patients need it. If a patient can't see their primary care doctor that day, we'll send a nurse practitioner into the home to see them. If they need a refill on medication, we can call that in, or we can provide services via telehealth as well. For the payer, it works out well because if they're getting, I will say, concierge level services, basically that's what we provide to the patient, then they're not seeking care in inappropriate settings, which saves the health plan money and improving the overall patient experience with our services added in there. So we have a transitional care services program, so when a patient does get discharged from a skilled nursing facility or a hospital, we will outreach to the patient and make sure there are no gaps upon discharge. So if they need oxygen at home or they need IV antibiotics or DME, we're making sure that that's delivered to the home for the patient. We have an intense care management program, which really is a program for patients that have acute needs. If they need lab tests done, imaging tests done, we'll coordinate all that for them. We also look at the social determinants of health. So if they don't have food on the table, that's preventing them from getting health care, then we'll arrange for Meals on Wheels, or at times we've gone out and we've stocked their refrigerators. We'll coordinate transportation. So we provide a lot of services around intensive care management. We also have what we call a palliative care program. It is a symptom management program. These patients are all hospice appropriate. So we offer a palliative care program where they're not forced to go on to hospice, but they can still get high-level care in the home with our nurse practitioners, manage their symptoms, refill their pain medications or other medications they need. Our goal is to make sure that they get care in the appropriate setting.
And all of this is done at no cost to the patient.
Because health insurance companies don't have the capacity all the time to serve large populations, they'll come and hire us to help their patients. They know that by providing good outpatient care, good member experience, that they will not only drive the quality of care that's being delivered through their system, but they're also going to drive their cost down. For a lot of these practices, what has happened is they've become a production line. They can see patients quickly, but we bring the added benefit of additional education, additional support that some primary care providers just don't have the ability or the capacity to provide to their patients. When we provide these services, it doesn't cost the provider anything, it doesn't cost the patient anything, but our entire goal is to improve their health, make sure that we can empower them as well and educate them as well about their health. A lot of our efforts around communicating with our providers is if they are willing to give us access and integrate with their EMRs, we will do that. We also have a ribbon technology, so where we don't integrate with the health plan, we can still provide data and tools on their EMR. When a patient pops up, there will be reminders to remind the provider on certain healthcare things that need to be done for the patient. We have an entire provider relations team. So when the provider has an issue with the insurance company, whether it's a claims issue or a prior auth issue, their staff doesn't have to spend the time on the phone trying to get someone at the health plan to talk to about their issues. We take care of that for them. We have a system called Arkos 360. So we're looking all around every aspect for data sources and data feeds. So we can use all that information to integrate into our system so we have better insight into patients. But part of the Arkos 360 is our ability to evaluate which patients are going to get into trouble from an analytical standpoint, which patients need telemedicine services, so it supports our telemedicine platform. We have a very robust health information exchange system. So we get a lot of information. So when a patient's in the emergency room, we know that the patient's there. When the patient gets discharged from the hospital, we know that the patient's getting discharged. So we incorporate all that data into our own engine. It gives us a very good look at what's happening with the patient in real time. And the other aspect that we want to use technology for and that we're embarking on is the patient engagement. In a lot of these services, patients have a lot of competing priorities when it comes to healthcare. The last thing they're thinking about is healthcare, and we have to make sure that they understand that healthcare should be their top priority. When you kind of look at patient experience, we're trying to gamify that patient experience. And so if they're actually playing a game or something similar to a game that gets them interested in their healthcare, I think we're going to see more and more engagement being driven and more people taking ownership of their own healthcare. So that is the next area of technology that we are embarking on, is how do we gamify the experience for patients.
Helping people to achieve total wellness through quality health services is a top priority.
When we talk about our approach, it is a population health approach. How do we deploy strategies that will actually increase the health of the entire population? We have to have population health strategies, not only as a country, regionally, but health plan level wise as well, to improve the health of the entire population that we're serving. What I'd like to see in the future is that more of these strategies are deployed around the country. There are plenty of markets in the United States where a lot of these services are not available. The plans just don't have health plan partners. And that's what Arkos has been focused on. We have to come together and improve every state's ability to have a health information exchange where the information can reside and be stored and be accessible to anyone that's taking care of that patient, so we can provide timely and accurate care for the patient based on accurate data. So that is what I would hope for the future for our healthcare system.
To learn more about Arkos Health, visit the website at arkoshealth.com or see this segment again on thebalancingact.com.
Don't miss our next story. It truly is a recipe for success.
Does the thought of delicious, scratch-made fresh Italian food make your mouth water? If so, then you're in luck. Look no further than downtown Chicago, where Rosebud on Randolph has just the flavors you've been craving.
Rosebud. Rosebud is this right here. Alex, Dana, the boss. Cooking, this is my life. This is 50 years of the most beautiful food, all married together for the greatest red sauce company, Rosebud. It's all about family. My mother and father gave their lives to pleasing people from the kitchen to the front door. Little Italy, Taylor Street. This is where it all started 50 years ago. And people are still coming to Rosebud Restaurants, enjoying all the great foods that we put on the table and watch people enjoy themselves. And remember, when you start 50 years ago in Italian restaurants, the most greatest thing an Italian can do to you, or anybody, go like this. That means the food is beautiful.
Their extraordinary chefs make everything that matters by hand.
Our menu is a long-standing Chicago tradition in Italian-American cooking. Picture Sunday dinner. We've encapsulated this experience in every one of our restaurants, and it's showcased on our Rosebud menu. Food and hospitality always inspires me. Bringing people back to an experience of a simpler life continues to inspire me. Waking up in the morning, smelling fresh tomatoes and garlic, watching my mother hand roll meatballs brought me back to a level of comfort and tradition, and that's what Rosebud is. And that's what's interpreted in all of our dishes.
An upscale, casual dining experience that you will thoroughly enjoy, from the cocktails to the cannolis.
I love Rosebud because Rosebud has been a part of every family celebration, birthday, any real special occasion. My parents have always been fans of Rosebud, my grandparents, and then me and my siblings. Growing up in the suburbs, we always had Rosebud locations near us where we could go to have a true classic Italian dinner. And now that I've moved into the city, I have Rosebud within walking distance. And so, any pre-show dinner or even after show, it's always been a great landing place where you'll have a great meal. My favorite Rosebud menu item has to be one of the Rosebud originals, the eggplant stack. It is only found at Rosebud. It has all of the best ingredients. It's such a unique salad, and while you can order it as an appetizer, it's my go-to for entrees. When I think of Italian in Chicago, the name is synonymous with Rosebud.
Rosebud is just such a staple in Chicago, and coming from a big Italian family, we're always looking for a great meal. We can be pretty critical sometimes, but Rosebud never disappoints. If you know me, I'm always ordering the rigatoni alla vodka. I think the true test to an Italian restaurant is how good their vodka sauce is, and Rosebud's at the top. I remember growing up as a family, we would always make our trips downtown, and every single time we would end up at Rosebud on Rush Street. We would leave full and happy and have the best memories.
Rosebud Restaurants offer a unique dining experience like no other.
Italian cooking is all about simplicity. We buy from the best possible purveyors, all imported products, and this is what brings Rosebud to another level. This is why people have loved our restaurants for over 50 years.
For more information about Rosebud Restaurants, go to rosebudrestaurants.com or go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
Coming up next, tips you don't want to miss.
Have you ever felt like you could be a better version of yourself? How can you connect with your passions and live your purpose? It's never too late to become the best version of you.
Have you ever wondered, are you getting to be the person you're meant to be? Are you getting to do the things that you love to do, that bring out the best in you, work with the talents that are uniquely yours? And if not, how could a life coach open some new possibilities for you? That's what I do. We are all hopefully in some form of transition in our lives. That transition means we're always growing, we're always learning, whether we're in an organization or we're working as individuals. What a life coach does is really simply help open those doors. You become your sounding board, your brain trust, someone that you can sit and spend some time talking with, and it's all about you. It's not about anyone else, anything else going around you. It gives you an opportunity to really think deeply about what it is you're looking for, How do I make my organization stronger, better? How do I make my employees happier and keep them longer? How do I achieve a mission or productivity in ways I've never done before? Am I doing what I really love to do? Do I get lost in the work I do, or do I need to find something else? I'm not happy all the time. Is that normal? What should I be doing differently? That's the time with a life coach. It's all about you. You get a chance to focus on you, the things you may be thinking about or haven't even had time to explore or think about. Maybe you didn't even know it was sitting there. And time with the coach begins to explore those and give you opportunities to be you, who you're meant to be in the long run. My mission is really helping people get out of their own way. We all know, if we really think hard about who we are, what we want to do, what's holding us back, we know the answers, but life gets in the way. It gets noisy. We hear other things. We have other responsibilities. And so my mission is just to help clear the way, to partner with my clients, to help them see, decide, choose the things they really want to do in their lives. It's the most exciting thing I get to do, to be part of that discovery.
Understanding the distinction of a coach-client relationship is important to maximize the personal and professional potential.
My philosophy in coaching is, you know the answer. My job is to help you uncover it. It isn't my opinion, it isn't my right, it isn't my judgment about what it is you're looking for. I don't get to judge. The only thing I will challenge you on sometimes is it the truth? Sometimes our assumptions aren't true. And those are the things that can block us, or our fear can block us. I look for ways to clear those with you so that you can move forward and do what you want to do, uncover what you want to uncover. Leadership isn't about me. It's not about you. It's not about our egos and satisfying those. It's about the organization, the people who work to make things happen. Whether it's a nonprofit organization who has a direct mission or a company that's delivering product and services, it always comes down to the people inside. And as leaders, how do we make certain they have the tools they need, they have a safe space, they're getting to use their skills in the best way possible? Our responsibility is to them. If we do that, we're a good leader. Part of my philosophy has been, over the years, working with organizations and individuals that our whole being is about finding our purpose in life. That means we need to lead ourselves and others with a sense of love and capacity. How do we do that? It takes courage to dig deep, to uncover, to be vulnerable as we search for ourselves or we search for our organizations. It also takes curiosity. I don't know the answer, so I've got to have the courage and the curiosity to go well beyond what I ever thought. And so we use tools that open up all kinds of possibilities. And then it goes down to the idea of creativity. And that creativity is tied around things like design theory, really looking at every option that's out there, being creative, having fun in the discovery and the exploration. And finally, it's making connection, not only with yourselves, but with others around you in the life that you want to lead. Those are the things that help us find our purpose and lead with love. It helps you define your space, where you want to be, not where you think you should be.
I was coming up on a point in my career where I needed to make some decisions about how I approached retirement. I wanted to be able to control it because I'd seen so many women in that situation who had no control over it, and the decisions were all made for them. And the way I did that was through a coaching relationship with Michelle. It's a complex set of decisions that have to be made about how you transition from working full-time to working part-time or taking a contract relationship with an employer. I needed some help in figuring out how to approach it, and Michelle was there for me for that. And it made a huge difference.
So recently had a conversation with one of my clients. She's a creative artist, brilliant, big heart, and she's been really struggling with sense of her own talents and almost the imposter syndrome. She talked about her parents, how her parents were never supportive and always criticized her. And while I'm not a therapist, so I'm not going to go there, with our coaching we look forward, I asked her, imagine herself as her parent, sitting on a chair next to her, talking to her. What would she need to hear? so that she had confidence and trusted her own talents. And when she did that, it was a chance for her to let go of the things that she had been the voices in her head for so many years, to become who she wanted to be and to really release her creative juices in a way that's just magnificent. And one of the things she taught me, one of the things she said that was always stuck with me is everyone needs beauty in their life.
Remember, becoming a better version of yourself is a journey, not a destination. It takes time and effort, but the rewards are well worth it.
The most satisfying work I get to do, the most satisfying results of the work I get to do is when there's that aha breakthrough moment with a client. To be able to participate in that, to observe it, to be let into that moment is such a compliment, such a privilege. I'm really lucky I get to be there for those moments. Part of my next step has been working with women who have been gracious enough to let me into their lives. And we've created what we call Sister Wisdom Circles. And these are mastermind groups of women who come together, different ages, different areas of their life professionally, who are talking about the things they want to achieve in their lives, the roadblocks that are there, and they become each other's brain trust, trusted board, and they support each other through those. Those have been absolutely magnificent in an area I'm really eager to grow in the years to come. As women start to claim and release and enjoy and embrace everything that is so magnificent about our gender. I have a couple of key philosophies. One is that it's important to speak the truth to people, but it needs to be kind, honest, and necessary. So the intent has to be there, it has to be the truth, and it has to be necessary for them to hear it, not you to say it. And the other thing I tell my clients all the time is I will not should on myself today. And not shoulding on yourself changes the whole dynamic and opens up a different mindset that can be mind-blowing.
To learn more about Michelle Sherbun, visit the website michellesherbun.com or just go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
Thanks so much for joining us on this local edition of The Balancing Act. We'll see you next time.